Hello, I am your host, Zachary White.
And I am your co-host, the Jacob, the Lampman, with the man of the hour, the troll with the power, our internet technological slave man, Riley here.
Hello.
Hello. Very,
Hello.
very timid. Yes, welcome to Power Hour of Babel.
Yeah, I went a little bit better than last time.
Yeah, I made it a tiny bit better.
Yeah, a little bit better. I mean, objectively it was better. But anyways, moving on.
Today we're going to be just focusing on one subject we'll be covering the whole time, hopefully. The plan is to not get too off subject, but
We'll get a little off.
yeah, that'll make it fun. Today's subject is going to be how you can get somebody to do things that they might not necessarily want to do through the power of suggestion rather than the power of mandating things. So, I really think that, just to start off, I don't know, from what I've seen, people, they really don't tend to listen to criticism very well. You
Yeah.
see that in your everyday lives. If you tell somebody, like when you're a kid, you're just in class, and you're like, you know what? I think that kid over there smells terrible. And you just go over to him, and you're like, really loud, you're like, you know what? You smell like crap. And then, that's really going to just make that kid feel good and change his ways. And it just might. But you know what? That kid could also just be like, no, I don't smell bad, I don't know what you're talking about. And then just fucking not, put any effort into, like, making, wearing deodorant. Kind of like a cornerstone for not smelling like crap. But I've seen it happen. Like, literally, I've been the guy that's just like, yeah, you smell bad. Like, change your smell, shit guy. You just have that aura of dookie around you all the time. And you know what? That person, they never fucking changed. I wouldn't say that. When they got older, I'm sure social pressures just made them change by virtue of the fact that people aren't going to want to be your friends. Not too many people are going to want to be your friends if you just smell like you crapped your pants all the time.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's just by the very nature of who we are, we're defensive. We don't like that criticism. It's even if it's valid, it's like, well, I'm being attacked. I gotta defend myself. So, I can't really blame people for just being on the defensive no matter what. It's just a knee-jerk reaction. But yeah, I've been thinking recently how you get somebody to do things. Anyways, obviously telling somebody they
things that
smell
are
like
good for
shit.
themselves and for everyone else.
Yeah, how do you tell the kid he smells like shit?
Yeah.
Then actually make him actually has an impact on him. And that's the thing. It's instead of being like, yo, you just smell like crap, dude. You just big poopy pants right out in front of the whole class.
Actually, that makes me sorry to go a little off subject, but the other day I was talking to my mom, and she works for Petco, and she was telling me that she had this employee that she needed to talk to, not because he smelled bad. That's different other times, but like he was just kind of being creepy. Like he was basically talking to like one of the other female employees and just saying stuff he shouldn't be saying. And one of the other times he walked up behind her and smelled their hair and was like, "You guys smell really nice." I'm like, that's bad touch. Like that's bad. That's how you get yourself a fucking sexual assault charge. Like that's bad touch. I'm like,
that's how you lose your job.
Yeah, I know. And like my mom's like, yeah, we basically gotta bring him in the office and be like, you can't do that. It's like, do not do that.
It's like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean.
I'm just being friendly.
And
yeah,
like,
I'm sorry. I've seen people sniff the back of other people's hair before. It's really creepy.
it just made me think of that when you're talking about how do you tell someone that like they smell bad, or like a nice way or whatever. And it's like, how do you tell someone they're being way too over the line, being really creepy? Because like maybe in his mind he doesn't find it that creepy, but you know, it clearly is a
Well,
little.
the
It's
power
true,
of suggestion isn't the universal one way to, dictate things to people. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, sometimes just telling somebody, like, yo, you're being really creepy. You're gonna have to tone the creep vibes down, otherwise you're gonna not have a job. And several other bad things are gonna be happening in the next few years of your life, so
Yeah.
tone it down. But I mean,
Mhm.
that's the thing, is that's like, alright, well, you're gonna lose your job if you don't stop a behavior.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of, but that's like, what, a higher up mandating things? It
Yeah.
makes sense
But
in that context because your
but I
superior is. No, go ahead.
I said I feel like there's also certain situations where like there are people who have like uncontrollable what is it called? Like they have like uncontrollable body odor. I don't remember like what you would call it, but like in like those situations, like how do you deal with it? Because some people like for their workplace they have to get like notes from doctors basically saying that they can't control that. Like it's just how it is. Like no matter like
Mm.
what
Well,
they do.
then you're always gonna live your life knowing that people are just gonna be talking shit behind your back.
Like man,
Yeah, that sucks.
yeah, I know.
Oh, I'm sure after a couple decades it doesn't get to you
I'd imagine.
as much. Or you just
Mhm.
kill yourself, either or.
Wait a minute.
Trying to avoid the latter is usually the goal, but people are people.
Hmm.
It's like, I don't want to I don't want to be in this situation anymore. Time to die. It's like, no thanks.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to prevent that through the power of suggestion
Mhm.
and deodorant and doctor's notes.
Yeah.
But
The way we originally got on this topic was a couple days ago. Me and Jacob were debating whether or not people who are not members of a labor
this was
union.
yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday. Whether or not people who are not members of the labor union should be able to get the benefits of the bargaining of the labor union.
Yeah, I basically argue that just by virtue of the fact that employees that are not in the union wouldn't be getting those, just by virtue of the fact they wouldn't be getting those benefits, would just piss them off in general, just because, like, as
Yeah,
a
but
human.
what if they think they're better off without a union and don't want to pay the dues? And then in that case, then they shouldn't get it, right? Because they think they made that choice that they
I
thought
would say
that the union is
anything
not worth
but
the due.
like hourly pay. No, union dudes make
Even
shit.
that, because if you're not part of because the way it works now in right to work states is that the unions still have to represent you when you try to go into contact with your employer. So the way I'm talking about, they would be in direct negotiation with their employer for everything, and they wouldn't go through the union at all because they're not paying dues. So the union should not be forced to provide a service for free,
Yeah, I
and they're
see
not
what
part
you.
of the collective bargaining agreement because the individual employee wouldn't be held to the same rules as the rest of the people in the collective bargaining agreement. So it's
My
hard to.
problem with it is it just, like I said, it divides the workers up. Like, a company could easily just take advantage of the disgruntled workers who aren't getting shit because they're not in a union. You know what I mean? So, like, of course, it's good that the union workers get their benefits because they do work for it. But at the same time, if you were going to deny that to the other employees, it just start turning employees against each other.
Yeah, but if they're not paying dues,
But
then
I
the
mean,
union
in the end, is
should.
that really of the interest of any of the groups? Is to be against each other? Just seems like that would work counter.
No, but I think that having no union would be worse.
Yeah, but that doesn't, it doesn't necessarily mean that unions are gonna die out. Now, sure, that was one of the causes
That's
of
been
the
the
decline
effect.
of unions.
In the right to
But
work states, wages are like 11% lower or something like that.
I
Those
at least
benefits.
have to say that future, or they would only apply to any post, or after this happened, it would only apply to any,
Yeah, well, it wouldn't immediately lower your wages. It would just be
not even immediately, like any future
from
negotiations.
now on, you would negotiate directly with your employer instead of through the union. Because
Makes sense.
I think it's better than just forcing people to be in a union.
Yeah,
But
that's my problem. Is if my wage is gonna go down unless I join the union, that's what's gonna be like. All right,
well,
I
that's a
guess you
possible
have a
outcome, but
choice.
you don't have to pay the due. So you can decide how much the union is worth to you.
Yeah, I guess it would be worth a lot to a lot of people.
Yeah.
It might just inadvertently cause a huge joining of unions, but I don't know. You'd still need to do a lot towards putting the unions back in the minds of the worker.
Mhm.
Be like, yes, this is an option that you should definitely take advantage of. It's like it just
Mhm.
hasn't been on the table for so many different businesses, medium to large scale businesses for so long.
Yeah, what was it? And then like it used to be like a third of workers were in a union, and now it's like 7% of workers are in a union.
Yeah, which is ridiculous for mega corporations. They're totally just getting away with fucking their employees
Jamal
over.
said he thought that Walmart had a union, but I'm not sure.
Like, you would know if Walmart had a union if you worked there. Like, how long's he been working there? Years.
He might
And if
just
he
not be a part of the union because he's in a right to work state, so he might just not be in the union. Doesn't even know about it.
should join the union, probably fucking help him out a lot. But that's the thing, unions are not in the consciousness of the average worker. So you have to do a lot of
See, article here.
reunionizing of the workplace before you could
How
even think about
how Walmart persuades its workers not to unionize.
Amazon's taking notes. Fuck Walmart and Amazon's. They're not the workers' companies, and it's really sad because they are the largest employers.
Walmart maintains a steady drumbeat of anti-union information at its more than 4,000 U.S. stores, requiring new hirees that there are hundreds of thousands each year of those to watch a video that derides organized labor. Indeed, Walmart's anti-union campaign goes back decades. There was a labor restrictions in view at the Walmart distribution center. A 1991 guide aimed at beating back the Teamsters at its warehouses, and then in 1997, a manager's toolbox for remaining union-free. The first half of a statement in that toolbox has already been repeatedly snickered at for being so egregiously false. We are not anti-union. We are pro-associate.
Pro-associate.
Sounds like a
My ass.
propaganda campaign keeping Walmart from having a big union presence.
Yeah, before you would even think
So
about
there is no
democratizing them.
Walmart union, it looks like.
Yeah, they're just telling all the employees it's not
Garbage.
actually. That's what it's like at Amazon.
It's just Big Brothers, then basically. It's like you don't need
Yeah.
it.
That's all it is. Big Brother knows what's best for you.
If you have a union, you'll have to pay a due. That's 2.5% of your paycheck every year. Yeah, but they neglect the.
Unacceptable.
But then it's like, yeah, well, a union will probably get you a lot more money than that back. It's
Like I
just the
said,
nature
man,
of the thing.
there's a lot of people just don't know. They really don't know. And that's why I argue the counterpoint. Just because, like, the ignorant guy's gonna get fucked over, and he's not gonna know why. And then, like, he's just gonna look at you as the reason why. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah.
You, Mr. Union Pusher. It's like, no. You got fucked over by your employer, but when your employer, all your employer says is like, no, we're not fucking you over. We love you. Mwah. It's those nasty union guys.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, well, you gotta first win his heart because he is part of. You gotta unite the workers before you can rally them against the what is it? I won't even say the managers, but like the upper echelons of the company,
CEOs.
the execs.
Yeah, execs. There you go.
The employer class.
Yeah, the another name I can't think of now. Fuck. Shit. I don't remember now. God damn it.
Dude, I like when people at the top are just like, "This is my company. We make this." It's like, no, you organize.
No, everyone makes that stuff for you.
Yeah,
you
you're
don't
in
make
charge
it.
of.
It
Yeah,
is
you're in
made
charge of the
for you.
logistics, and you get paid way too much to be in charge of the logistics of it all. But it's like, yeah, no, you should say my workers.
Does Jeff Bezos work 700 times harder than the average worker at Amazon? Hell no.
No, I mean, I'm sure people like Jeff Bezos and all these rich execs work a lot. Like, the workload does.
700 times?
Yeah, they don't work. Yeah, they work a lot of hours, but they don't work 700 times more than an employee would. They don't work enough to make 700 times more.
I think that at any reasonable company, there should be like the top worker should only be able to make like 10 times the bottom work.
That's bold.
Yeah,
That
but it's also
hierarchy
right.
thing. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, though. What's right isn't always what's popular.
I think 10 times is being generous.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you do that, then the lower worker is going to be making more money. So it's not quite as bad as it seems. It's not like they're going to be making actually 70 times less or 70th of what they were making. It'll be a little bit more than that. But still, that's reasonable. It's the same thing with the estate tax. Like, dude, your dad died, and out of his $1 billion, you get to keep $700 million. I'd call that a pretty good deal.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty reasonable. I would
that,
make
man.
I'd be the.
I want it all.
It's like, you're gonna tax me twice for all this money I made? No, I'm gonna tax you once for it, and I'm gonna tax your kid who's just freeloading off of it for it. The Republicans hate free rides, unless it's rich kids. Then
yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I was about to say that. Unless you're rich, then it's all right.
It's a death tax. Guys, they're taxing you for dying.
Fuck that, I'm a sovereign citizen. I'm gonna go die in international waters. Take me as a 90-year-old man out on a fucking fishing boat. Drop my ass off out in the middle of the
theoretical number I gave for that estate tax is very reasonable. Like, I would probably, if you were inheriting $1 billion, I'd probably let you keep like $100 million if I were the one in charge.
That is pretty reasonable.
That's like a tenth of
your
your wealth.
You're still never gonna have to work in your life.
I know, yeah, that's still a lot of fucking money.
You're still never ever gonna have to work in
Unless
your life.
like you somehow, I don't even know, how would you even blow all that money? There's just no way.
You can't.
That's so
No,
much
There's no way
money.
to spend that much.
Like, that's
You
so
can.
much.
You would have to live a very
a very
Then you don't
luxurious
deserve
life.
to keep that money.
Yeah, I know. Cause
you would live a very what's the word? Decadent life.
Decadent. Yeah, I'm like, I don't even know what I would do with that much. I'd probably do the same thing I'm doing now, but I would just have a lot of
Live
money.
in an apartment with a computer.
Yeah, that's basically.
Oh, I would definitely be owning my own house.
I don't even need a house. I just need like a one-room apartment.
See,
Yeah,
I don't need a
that's what I'm
house,
saying.
but I don't want a be the landlord.
Fair enough.
I want to be
you
the
make a
landlord.
point there, actually.
Yeah, you're right. I also want like a nice big window, like the Oval Office has. I would want
Just
that.
stand out naked in front of it every morning.
No,
Dude, I'm not
I
saying
just
I'd
like
live
looking
in a
out a
little
window.
shack and be a hermit, but I would definitely buy a piece of land to live
I'd
on, and then
definitely live
just
in a shack
the
and be a
rest of the
hermit.
money the rest of it could just fuck off. Like,
Yeah.
no, I like the American dream and just have a little cabin that you built. But, you
Mhm.
know, by the
Live
time
the
I get
dream of
that shit
Thomas
built, I'm gonna
Jefferson. Get a little farm.
get
A
some
little independent
slaves.
farm. No. No, he didn't want he
Oh
didn't
yeah,
want his ideal
they were gifts. He had to accept them.
No, what? No, Thomas Jefferson was a giant plantation runner and stuff. But no, I'm talking about his ideal version of America was a bunch of small farmers living off the land
I
with a
know.
little cabin. And then, but he didn't live that way because,
Yeah, of course. Yeah, why would he live that way?
That is a key feature of most land reform that usually involve the small farmer. From what I've seen throughout history with like the Khmer Rouge or fucking
that's why he pushed for slavery to be banned in the North because slavery
what
kind
is
of
the
roots
usurper?
out
Zach,
small
History of
farms.
China podcast. Have you gotten to the Eastern Han yet?
Oh no, I'm not listening to that right now. I've been listening to the History of Britain podcast.
Well, people like Guang Mong and the goddamn people I previously mentioned, because I'm drawing a blank, all this ambitious land reform. It's like everybody gets a little piece of land to be a farmer on, and then this guy's still living in the lap of luxury. The Khmer Rouge, that's what I was thinking of. Yeah, they're like, we're gonna move all you city niggas out into the country to farm rice. Meanwhile, you know, Ting Saipen's only been a librarian all his life. He doesn't know shit about agriculture.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, is like, we're the Khmer Rouge's government. You really think their capital is gonna be some small farming village? Fuck no, they're gonna be living in the lap of luxury in the cities. See, even then, like, great land reformers are just fucking all talk hypocrites.
Yeah.
It's usually because it's the upper crust that is suggesting these reforms, or the people. Aside from the Khmer Rouge, they were just the ruling class. But that's the thing, is like usually when these reforms come from the top down, it's usually not in the best interest for the people. From what it almost seems like keep the people simple and dumb, and it makes them controllable. Because I mean, when you think about it, literacy rates in the city are going to be a lot higher than in the countryside. And if you just want a taxable population that's willing to go to war for you all the time, you're probably going to want a large farming population, because they're not going to give two shits. They're going to be like, well, I better be fucking home for harvest. That's all I got to say. But fuck that. I don't know. I don't really subscribe to the little give everybody a piece of land, but that's what everybody
like
wants,
that.
right? It's a little piece of land.
I don't like that either.
I don't know. I just don't want to. If I had that kind of money, I wouldn't be living in a city. I like all you people, but you know what? At the same time, the hustle and bustle of the city drives me up a wall.
Yeah,
and have a heart attack. I'd rather live out in the country with all that money.
How are you gonna get? Yeah, but you get good internet in the city.
Dude, I'm gonna get good internet out there. I got $100 million.
That is true.
I'm gonna get a booster that's so powerful that if you get within 50 feet of it, you start growing tumors or shit like that.
You could probably, with 100 million, you could probably just
but the key is to not
invest
spend
it
all
into
of it.
something, into like just you go to an accountant and invest a certain percentage of it.
Just put all of it in savings
profits.
and be like, once I'm 90, it'll be like super huge.
Savings accounts don't actually pay that much in interest anymore.
I know, and if fucking
you would need to put it in like a Roth IRA or something.
Fuck, I'd rather put it all in the ground. Not let anybody have any of it. Let it all rot into the ground. Where'd that $100 million go from circulation? Yeah, it's fertilizer now because I forgot about it. Spent like a third of it, forgot about it in my yard. Kids are gonna be gardening in my fucking property
Trump?
when I'm fucking
Pull out
Trump
gone,
in
and
$100
they're gonna
total?
bills.
they're gonna be digging up like
Yeah.
half decayed dollars.
Trump in total got like $300 million from his father, and he just has. I don't think he has a
Small
billion
loan of $1 million.
Yeah, he just
after.
blew like all of
After,
it.
I mean, like, how do you? If you get $300 million, if he had just put that in the like S&P 500, he'd have like $10 billion or something. And I'm like,
Trump's
but
gotta have his
but
own
he blew it
businesses.
all in hotels, so it's kept up with inflation barely.
I know, but because they're hotels, he can get foreign diplomats to spend
Oh
money
yeah,
in
and
them.
just funnel money right to him. Yeah.
Mm.
It's not corruption. They're doing it because Trump Hotels is actually just the best hotel line
Yeah.
in the world.
Yeah, but Jimmy Carter, man, there's too much potential for corruption if he has that peanut farm. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, you never know if the
But
Sauds
a
are going to be
hotel,
visiting his peanut farm and
yeah,
signing an exclusive deal that the only peanuts exported to Saudi Arabia are Carter
Jimmy Carter
peanuts.
peanuts, yeah.
Yeah, the only nuts that we're eating are Carter's nuts.
The
I
world
know.
is a terrible place.
The darkest timeline. Literally, it's if it doesn't get better, then a couple presidents down line, people are gonna be so fucking. They aren't even gonna hide it. They're gonna be like, yeah, he's spending money in my hotel doing rich. So what are you gonna do about it? Executive powers is what I got, bitch. The president is pretty much like a king. It's like
Yeah,
an
the
elected
executive
king.
branch has so much power nowadays.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can thank all of the great presidents of history for also strengthening the executive.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I
like,
was
yeah, you're doing good things, but you're
Yeah.
also kind of making the executive really, really powerful compared to
Yeah.
the other branches.
I was watching a Ken Burns documentary on the Roosevelts, and I don't remember who it said, but one of the guys said the presidency is like a soft leather glove, and it expands to fit the hand of whoever used it. And he's like, and the presidency, the glove has been forever enlarged by Roosevelt's large hands. I was paraphrasing slightly.
That's fine.
But
I
he
got
had
what you meant.
huge hands, make that glove real big. It'll never get back down to the size that it was.
You need to throw it in the microwave for about a minute, and then for some reason that will just shrink it down to about 2 sizes smaller than its original size.
I'm
If
pretty
only we
sure it
had a
was like,
giant nation-sized microwave.
I don't remember the name of the
Now
guy,
that
but
would kill everybody. Never mind.
I'm pretty sure he's like a libertarian historian or some shit. He's
A
just
libertarian store.
No, that's not his title. He's just like a historian that happens to be libertarian.
Yeah, I mean, it
I
doesn't
could
matter.
be completely wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, it's happened before.
Yeah.
but-
It's all good. Though.
Why don't you just integrate history into your political ideology?
Historianism, baby.
I know, right? That's what I'm saying. Big agricultural reforms like that shit don't work. You're just historianism.
Oh yeah,
Doesn't work
historianism.
in the past.
Yes, our new ideology though. I mean, we just
Problem is, I also feel like it's just dirtying history because it's politicizing it. I mean,
Yeah.
history is always viewed from a biased point of view, no matter where you look at it. It's like,
yeah.
hey, there's always two sides to a story, essentially, but still.
Yeah, but we go top-down economics didn't work. No more.
Hasn't worked. It's always
Hasn't
been that
worked,
way.
won't
Top-down economics has literally been the go-to system in one form or another. It's been called one thing or another. Mercantilism, feudalism. It's just like, well, not mercantilism, but feudalism. It's
Free
just
market
shit don't work.
capitalism
Mm-hmm.
doesn't work. Leads to great inequality and instability. Does not work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well,
Giving
that's the
out
thing, though.
swaths of land to everybody. Then no, not really.
No. Plus, I mean, that's kind of unrealistic. I wouldn't want swaths of land out in the Pacific Northwest, dude. Imagine
would
me like,
suck.
here's your lotted piece of land, and it's literally just a sheer hillside, and they're just like, this
Yeah.
is all we had for you. It's
You,
like, all
you
right,
know
time to
the
build
rich people would be
everything
getting
out
the
of it.
fertile land. You
course
know
they
the
would.
rich
Of
people
course
would
they
get the
would.
Yeah.
fertile land.
Even though they were the ones that could afford to build a house out of a hillside.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it's nuts.
That's how it always
My
goes.
family
And then
was
it-
looking at land a couple years ago, and literally some of the cheapest land, or not cheapest, but you know, like some of the most affordable land is literally just hillsides. It's like, who's gonna buy this?
Mhm.
I would, if I were rich, I'd build a house on a
Hillside.
cliffside. That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, a
Hillside.
cliffside, but you'd also buy the top of the cliff and the bottom of the cliff.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck no, you literally just get the hillside. If your house falls down the hill and it goes into somebody else's property, you'd be paid for it, kind of shit.
Yeah.
Well, unless you had homeowners, you just get landslide coverage. And
I wonder how much it is to build to buy a volcano and just build an evil layer inside of it.
Probably pretty expensive.
Do you think you could pay through it through your evil
Fuck that.
scheme?
Why would I want to do that?
Because it's cool.
Listen,
If you're gonna be building, if you're gonna be paying
think-
to build a
you
volcano,
think-
I'd rather pay to have
Do
a
you think Dr. Evil made a profit when he built that evil
Hell
layer
no.
and then demanded all that money?
dude. Why would you want fucking volcano though? I'd be
There's
just
Starbucks in it too.
Because it's cool.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
it
I'm
was
not resting on
100%
G-
worth it as soon as he put the Starbucks in.
Dude, yeah, cause that's already how he got all that money, dude. They invested in
Mhm.
Starbucks or whatever. It was pretty funny.
Fuck that, dude. I'm not gonna be. It's like, oh, there's tremors. Time to leave. And the base is gonna be destroyed by a fucking eruption.
Mm-hmm. We
Build
should
your
probably
base.
get back onto the topic of hand: how to convince people without alienating them.
Oh shit, that's right. That's what it was.
I know, right?
It's difficult, man.
Well, I mean, we already talked about the power of suggestion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but this kind of feeling, this kind of
You can do
thinking
it.
can lead us to doing nothing. Because there's no
What, the
point if you
power of
can't convince
suggestion?
anybody.
Oh yeah, but like I said, man, power suggestion's only part of it. Sometimes you just gotta be like, no, you can't.
Yeah,
It's
but there's
just-
always, it doesn't matter what you do, there's going to be a certain percentage of the population that's just completely checked out and is already closed their mind and uninterested in anything, any new ideas.
See, that's those are the fucking people you just can't get. I guess you can try and convince as many people as you can with the power of suggestion, your willful mandate. I guess you just gotta have an eye on who the fuck is the type of person that you can just tell. You know what I mean? Just be like, yes, this you need to change this aspect of you or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
so-
mean, obviously, there's a big disconnect when the Republican Party, which is a party for the mega wealthy, opposed to the Democratic Party, which is the party for the
liberal
moderately
mega
wealthy, or a
Moderate
liberal mega wealthy.
Mm-hmm. I know.
But the Republican Party, who's just for the extremely disgustingly rich, is the party of the poor rural South.
Dude, that's the problem with rural areas, though. They do own the largest portion of the land, but they definitely shouldn't have the largest constituent, or like they shouldn't have parity with highly dense populated areas.
I know. People freak out like when they see the map of which area, the districts or whatever that Trump and Clinton won, and it's like big swath of red right through the middle and like some blue around the edges, and I'm like, yeah, but like everyone lives in those little blue squares.
I know, I was telling my buddy this, the other day, and I'm just like, yeah, just think, you take something like the size of Wyoming, like a big red block, and you fucking compare that up to like just New York City, a tiny blue dot.
Oh,
It's
dude,
like-
New York has many times as much as the people of
Yeah, I'd
Wyoming.
be like, the difference is magnitude by magnitude. citizens, and it's so fucking weird because you wouldn't think that just by looking on a map.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
you just
Yet
that's how it is.
yet New York, the state of New York has as many senators as Wyoming, and that's why I think the Senate is ridiculous.
Yeah, the Senate is definitely for the rural states. Like,
For the
if
slave
slavery was
states,
if slavery hadn't been an institution, the U.S. was founded, probably wouldn't have a Senate. Like, because then there wouldn't be a need to keep slave states as politically equal, because there wouldn't be slave states.
yeah,
And black people would be counted as citizens. We wouldn't have the whole problem of we only have like
yeah. I don't like the
50%
Senate.
white people in this state.
I don't like the Senate. I don't like the Electoral College. But the election in Canada was also weird
The
because
Senate.
Trudeau is still the prime minister, even though his party lost the popular vote.
I know, and he's like, "This is a great victory for all
Yeah,
Canadians." I'm like, "Dude,
yeah.
you barely won. Great
So
victory, my ass. This was a
So
fucking
I agree that that should be the makeup of like the legislature. Do it by area because that's kind of way you have to do do a legislature. But I would make the prime minister like the speaker of the house is here, just not like super powerful, and then I would have a president, a chief executive of some kind elected by popular vote. So I'd have that kind of dual
You'd
system.
have that plebe tribune.
Yeah.
That's what we're missing. That is what we're missing. That even the Roman Republic had is they had one executive that was solely elected by popular vote.
And that's who I'd have to be the chief executive. And then you can do your thing where you elect, where each small area elects their representatives. That's fine. That's probably the way that it should be. That's the way you get those small areas represented.
Yeah,
Not, but you shouldn't give them undue influence on the election of the chief executive.
I think an executive should just fabricate a catastrophe and then use the opportunity to seize executive power and sole control of the state and then just reform the country and do a hereditary empire and
Why do you
annex
have to run
Canada.
everything?
Because it just sounds like the
The chief
exact
executive.
opposite of what you
Listen,
want. And it's
no,
just,
yeah, the chief executive is no different than the president. I'm just talking about a president. It doesn't. I just say chief executive because you don't need to necessarily name it president.
dude, I'm just talking about the future if nothing changes. That's all
Oh,
I'm
in
talking
our
about.
current system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, that's the only logical direction this whole consolidation of political power is gonna go. I mean, either that or we just turn into some sort of like Spartan monarchy or diarchy where it's like, yeah, there's these two powerful executives, but there's also a giant, strong oligarchic, like, governing body.
Mm-hmm.
Which is like, yeah, we wouldn't have a monarchy, obviously. I mean,
No,
Rome said they wouldn't have a monarchy. Look what that got them. But
we definitely
we,
won't. There's so much anti-monarch sentiment in the U.S. that it's not possible to have a monarch.
to be fair, how old was the Roman Republic when it transitioned to a hereditary dictatorship?
I'm not sure.
I'm sure it was older than we are now. So that
Yeah,
is the sentiment of
it was
like
probably about
now.
like I'm thinking around 400 years.
Yeah, just imagine getting an authoritarian populace like 200 years from now doing that. Now,
Yeah,
granted, the
maybe they wouldn't
circumstances of
call it a
the
monarchy though.
times. Well, I mean,
They
the
Romans
Roman,
didn't either, but
yeah, we only.
imperator. Are we gonna get an imperator
No, we're probably gonna call it something else. I hope it isn't
for
just president for
the
life, because that
first
just sounds.
the how about something like the first citizen?
Yeah, I like that. I'm pretty sure that was the moniker that Caesar had too.
Yeah, it was.
Now, if that's the case, then that's going to be like, really? Now you're just spitting in our faces. Be like, yeah, I'm overthrowing the government and I'm fucking taking out the democracy. What are you going to do about it? It's Rome now, baby. Fuck. Fuck that, man. You know, we don't even have our Rome. Washington, D.C. is definitely not that.
Yeah, Washington D.C. is not Rome. The capital would have to be like New York for it to be Rome.
Not even that. You could build a capital, but it just needs to be more of a fucking centralized, larger
I feel like
symbol
New
than
York
DC
is the more natural Rome of the United
If
States.
DC didn't get half of its territory lopped away by Virginia, it probably would be the Rome, because it would have so much more, area to like grow into.
Mm-hmm.
But no, they don't have that.
You know
What's the
what's really messed up is that DC doesn't have any representation in the House or Senate.
I don't know why they just don't like put DC voters in with Maryland voters. I feel like that would be an easy fix, other than giving DC statehood, which is like, yeah, but I don't want city states. We don't have any city states. All
I
right, there's a good reason
I
for that.
I don't think it needs to be a state, but you need to change something where they have some sort of representation. Like maybe just give them senators and representatives, even though they're still technically not a state. You could
I
give
don't
them
know
a new
why.
term or something, but
I know what you
that's a
mean, but
large
still, I think they
that's a
should just
large
lop that shit
population
in with
without.
fucking Maryland.
Yeah, but then you still have the problem of senators.
Honestly, the entire East Coast needs to be reorganized. It's not colonial era anymore. Massachusetts and fucking Rhode Island definitely should be a fucking state. Like, I'm sorry, but it's so small. It's so tiny.
What's the population of Rhode Island?
I'm sure it's large because if you look at it on maps, it's pretty much all urban. But
Yeah, Rhode Island was made for people fleeing Massachusetts for being religiously persecuted.
let's see. Population is 1 million people.
No, they can be a state. They have enough people. I'd give them statehood. I let them keep it.
I don't know. I think we shouldn't be
They
fucking
have
looking at
double the
state.
population of Wyoming.
So what does that mean, though? Does that mean we should break states like New York up? Should New York City have its own state? Be its own state?
No.
That's what I'm saying. Like, once the Electoral College is gotten rid of, why do you even care about what state has what population? It'll be
I don't know.
representational,
I'd like
proportional,
to.
anyways.
At that point, I just let the people choose how to organize themselves because it doesn't really matter.
I don't know, man. Like, how are we gonna get more states into this union of ours if we don't want to go over 50 states, and we don't want to fucking
Yeah,
consolidate
I don't
any.
care
I
how
believe
many
these.
states there are.
I
Does not
do. We're the
matter at all
United
to me.
States of America. We're
Well,
gonna
you
let
need
EU
more.
consolidate to a single
No, we're not.
agreement.
No, we're not.
Well, we
No,
don't.
I don't want less. I'm saying I don't care if they're more.
Yeah, but I don't know. Every flag companies do. The industrial complex cares.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I don't know. Like, Puerto Rico should be a state.
Yeah. Or at least at the yeah, Puerto Rico should be a state.
And, like, if we ever have any new states in the union, then they're gonna need, there's gonna need to be edits to the flag. So why not just consolidate some of these really small states down?
What would you put? What would you consolidate Rhode Island into?
Just the greater region of New England. You can rename the region to something else if you want to be really American about it, because it would be a state at that point. But yeah, Maine, Rhode Island, fucking Connecticut, Massachusetts, they could all be a part of this one big region. They all share a very similar history and culture, so I mean, it's not like they don't have
Yeah.
anything in common.
If you somehow got rid of the Electoral College and Senate, then that would be fine. If the people wanted that. If not,
Yeah, I don't honestly know if they'd care much. But if they didn't care, then it would be like, all right, let's do this just for the
well,
sake of
they might
tidying
like
up
their
the.
state government and not like the state government of Massachusetts or whatever.
Well, I mean, they wouldn't just be consolidating under one state government, though.
Yeah, well, I
Fuck,
mean,
they
yeah,
might just
but
build. It'd be
they might like their state government, in which case it's like state governments have a lot of power in the United States, so I can understand that.
true. Fuck, that might be a way of weakening state government power. If that's what you want to consolidate, or you want more central authority, then that might be a good way of consolidating state power is by creating one large state of New England.
Hmm.
I mean, if you want a real unitary state instead of a federal state, I honestly don't care. Government centralization is
I
not really a big issue for me.
Yeah, well, I think that the federal system helps with stability. Because even if people are unhappy with the federal government, they have more say in their state government. So
That's true, but I
so
mean,
like southern states, if we had a single unitary government, like southern states would not be willing to stay in the union.
that's fine.
They
There
don't
was
like
another.
being dictated to by
I know the
the
power is in the north.
urban northern state, yeah, power in the north.
Yeah, but that is old Southern ideals. The demographics of the South are rapidly changing. By the time you would even manage to get something like this implemented, it'd already probably be a mostly non-white region. Well, even more so, because I mean the Black Belt already makes
Yeah,
states like
I
Arkansas and Mississippi,
yeah, I
pretty
think
non-white.
that's the
But
funniest thing in the world. They're like, stop the immigrants. We're already losing our majority.
well, I mean that's the thing. How are we gonna fill out these states if not through immigration? And what that
Mm-hmm.
does is bring in liberal voters. Because, they probably don't want to vote for a conservative base that is staunchly
Anti-immigrant.
anti-immigrant. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you guys are kneecapping yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It's like go full pro-immigrant and then you might survive.
Yeah, dude. That may be the flip that the Republican Party takes not too long from now. Because, or they could just completely give up on the South. In which case, I don't know how they stay in relevance. They might go all in on the Rust Belt, but there's not enough there.
Yeah, I mean, most of a shit ton of the Rust Belt is moving out to the coast, so. But there's the thing, you can't fuck over the Rust Belt. If you fuck over the Rust Belt, then the fucking people are not gonna vote for you.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole outsourcing jobs, they would need to, Republicans would need to go further to the left on a lot of issues to survive.
Yeah, they need to swing to the left on trade and immigration, I think.
Yeah, I need to swing a little bit more to the left on not on immigration, on trade. Just because I'm.
Dude, Trump ran to the left on trade and it worked.
I know, but I don't know. I still think very protectionist-like, especially when concerning U.S. Trade.
Or you could go all in on Yang Gang and be like, it's not immigrants, it's automation. And then the Republican Party becomes a party of UBI.
UBI.
Which I think is coming eventually anyway.
UBI.
Because the consumer class is not going to have enough money to consume anymore. So you're gonna have to find some way of pumping money into them so they can still buy stuff from you.
Yeah.
I know.
To maintain that capitalist system.
Yeah, we'll see if that happens.
Flawless capitalist system.
Flawless. Well, you could just
Wasn't
persuade
Milton
people
Friedman
to.
pro UBI or negative income tax?
I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure he proposed a negative income tax,
You could just
which
persuade
that
people to just take out loans to buy the goods they need.
yeah, that's very destabilizing. But Milton Friedman approving of negative income tax should be a warning to all progressives that it's probably not good for most people.
See, I'm just trying to bring it back to the freaking base
Mhm.
topic. But yeah, well, that's the thing is negative income taxes have never been a good idea. I don't think it needs to be one person saying that it's a good idea to fucking red light people or be a red light for people, but I guess it does because if most people don't give a shit. They don't know. They don't care. We're like serfs in a lot of ways. We just let the state handle all of that outside stuff because we're just too focused in on our own shit. But that's the point, isn't it?
The fundamental engine of the system never changes, man.
I know. It reforms, but only just to survive.
Yeah, the system reforms when it's necessary to survival.
That's it. Dude, that's probably what's gonna happen. We're not even gonna get no social revolution. It's just gonna be like
The system's gonna save itself before there's.
we'll get some half measures put in place that'll just calm everybody down enough.
Well, I mean, they tried that. Obama tried that with Obamacare, but it was not even a half measure. It was a 1/20th measure.
See, we gotta get actual half measures
Here,
first.
all right, guys. Here we go. Obamacare. We're gonna save your life. How about here you go. Conservative healthcare plan. Heritage Foundation came up with it in 1989. Most conservative think tank ever. Here we go. Mitt Romney
I know,
passed it in
right?
Massachusetts. It's great.
I know. It's fucking so funny. But that's the thing is Obama wasn't really popular amongst the Republicans at all, anyways.
I know.
Like
So
he couldn't even get a
why not
conservative
go all
Supreme
in
Court
leftist?
justice.
If they're not gonna like you no matter what, why not just go full in leftist?
I guess so because you can just negotiate it more towards favoring what you want.
Yeah. If
Like
if your opening position is a public option, you're gonna get Obamacare.
true. Even if you want a public option,
My opening position would be completely nationalized NHS.
yeah,
All
really.
doctors work for the government. That's my position. Now I'm willing to compromise for Medicare for all, where it's
Damn.
just a French style system. I'm a reasonable guy. That's the middle.
Yeah. Well, maybe in Europe it's the middle, but
That's not even the middle in Europe. That's the right in Europe. Everyone has nationalized healthcare, so it's not even the middle.
that's still gonna be a hard sell to the American people. You know why? Because they're
Except
constantly being fed misinformation.
Yeah.
they're like,
But
yeah, of course Europe can get healthcare, but we're better than that.
I know, but we're better, so that means we can't get nicer things.
we're hardier folk. We don't need your fancy schmancy Medicare for all.
I know, right?
When I'm sick, I prefer to die of cancer. Thank you very much.
There's like that guy that had a heart attack on the way back
And
to
we
the
won't
border of
bitch about it on the
Canada
way out.
because he refused to pay for the bill
Here's
in
my
America.
final argument on Medicare. If we had Medicare for all, Walter White would have never become a drug dealer.
That's true. That's actually true. You're right. America is literally the only place that events of Breaking Bad could happen. It is the only place.
God damn it.
It's so true. Like, it is the only place in the world that this could have happened.
No, it could have
I
happened in
love
like Mexico
villains
or
in
something.
media that are
Yeah, but-
created by like the circumstances
Only
of the
like
system.
Westernized, developed country, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess Mexico is pretty Western.
Yeah, I was about to say, if it happened in
Yeah.
Mexico, I would have been like, okay, well, it basically happened in America. Just,
Yeah.
you know. Because I mean, like, Mexico is just a subject of America at this point.
Well, I mean, all of the
Nah.
Americas is kind of a subject in
Yeah.
some way. That's kind
Yeah.
of America's whole policy on the Americas.
Mhm.
Dude, but we could have had we had a cake and ate it too. We should have just, if we didn't have this goddamn world empire, we could focus more of our political and military resources on consolidating the Americas.
Yeah, I think
Instead,
it's
we're just like,
ridiculous
oh,
that we don't
public.
have Baja,
That's
California. We should have had Baja, California.
Well, not even like Irredentist goals. You could totally make a European Union in the Americas if, like, America post World War II just went all in on like a European style coal and steel commission.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, we decided to fight Vietnam and Korea and Afghanistan and fucking, well, Nicaragua and all them. But like I'm saying, we did it the lazy way by just putting in puppet dictators that like bend the U.S. or the government's will.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's the lazy way to do it. Imagine if Germany's like, you know what? Let's fucking just invade this guy and put in a puppet dictator, and that's how we're gonna make our European Union. Oh wait, they already did. They called Nazi Germany, and you know what? It didn't really fucking work because those people were like, no, fuck that, fuck you, and that, and we don't want that. We don't want to be a part of that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Germany was dealing with French and Polish partisans the whole war. What are we dealing with? Rebels in the jungle, communist rebels, fucking whatever have you. It's like, oh, it's bad. I'm like, they are created because of us. Like, they're just a product of their environment that we fucking created.
I find it so crazy that there were people in support of the Vietnam War. Because if you ask them, the question is, are you willing to give up your son to make half of Vietnam not communist? Who would say yes?
No one.
But that isn't the framing.
Yeah,
That should have been the framing.
Yeah, it really should have been.
No, it shouldn't have been. How are you gonna sell a war like that?
That's true. You gotta show
Government's
you're a
real,
real patriot. You gotta show that you're a real patriot. You're gonna give up your son to eliminate communism.
You know why? Because
No,
one
not to eliminate
executive.
communism. To prevent
never mind, you're
communism
right.
from spreading to half of a country halfway across the
I
world.
think these people can't even point to
Yeah.
on a fucking map. They don't even know where
And do
Vietnam's
you know
at.
why? And do you know why? Because one executive that was a vice president of an actual good president decided they didn't like communism.
Yeah.
Yep.
God, Truman.
You can even take it further
Truman.
back because one Southern Democrat, pacifist hypocrite, decided that it was America's divine right to keep fucking South America in the world stable and secure.
Mm-hmm. Dude. Vietnam is a
Topic of
pretty
this
nice country.
episode should have been executives have too much power.
Yeah.
That's
And
just too
even
easy.
the good ones are guilty for expanding said power.
Yeah. But FDR was kind of in a sticky situation.
There is no but. Like, just think, for the moment, yes, could have been good for him. But that's not the long-term thought.
I mean, yeah.
Lincoln,
but
yes.
But it could have been the end of the Union if he did not the Depression.
Could have been in the Union during the Civil War. But do they ever reel back those powers once the crisis is averted? No, they don't.
No.
Powers stay. And it's kind of shitty. Pretty soon we're going to be our presidents are going to be wearing body armor that look like muscles. They're going to be fucking wearing gold leaf crowns. It's going to be fucking...
Are they gonna cross their arms and nod their head, shave their head?
Yeah, for real. I don't think we're going to be an ethno state, but fuck. We'll still be...
Well, it's impossible to be an ethno state at this point.
I know, I hate people that are like, we're an ethno... or like Nazis, fascists, and fucking...
Yeah, America is a white nation, and I'm like, really?
Where?
It's like our
Yeah.
history is that of a Judeo-Christian, and I'm like, yeah,
Our
you know what our
Judeo-Christian
you know
value.
what, I was like, you know what our history is of, prick.
Secularization.
No, it's literally just a history of bastardization, all the way
Yeah.
to the fucking Roman invasion of Britain. Like, you can't claim purity at all. Like, the English are not a pure people. Like, nobody's really a pure people, but come on. Our
The
language
English
is like a
especially, though.
bastardized Germanic fucking with Latin influence. It's so weird.
Yeah. And even
Where-
and like none of these white people who are here are English.
Yeah,
they're like mixtures of German, Irish, and
Polish
or Slavic of some kind.
I know, but isn't that, it just shows that integration works so well that, like, 3 generations down, an immigrant's grandkids are gonna be like, we hate immigrants. That's how good our integration works. They forget that they're
Dude.
immigrants.
It's really the American superpower is just completely integrating people like a record time. Who else can
It's funny
integrate
because we
people like that?
synchronize with the nation, the home nation too, in some ways, because we have a large part of or large ethnic minority that came
Mm-hmm.
good relations with Germany, Ireland, Britain. Not really good relations with us African countries, to be honest, but empire, former colonies, but for the European countries, it's pretty good history, pretty good relationships, and you know what? We do have good relationships with Nigeria. Probably have pretty decent relationships with Liberia, just by or a former slave colony, but or slave settler colony.
Yeah.
Yeah, settled slave colony.
Yeah, I have an uncle who's from Liberia.
I know. It's like, no, that's dope.
And it's like really anti-immigrant.
Dude, it's a superpower. The superpower has a superpower. What was Britain's superpower, huh? They were good at boats. Yeah,
Rule the
we're
waves.
good at boats. We're good at boats.
We're better
too.
at boats.
Yeah.
Yeah, we shit all over their boats. They wish we had our boats. Yeah, what's this German superpower, huh? Good comeback ability.
Hey, that's pretty impressive. Come on.
You don't need to come back if you never go down.
That's true.
The thing that was like, how will we take the comeback? Hopefully we don't take it like Russia, where we just like
decline, never come back, go to authoritarian, still doesn't work.
Yeah. I hope we're not like that. But you know what? If we do ever get a Vladimir Putin's act, just be rest assured that he's probably going to take Canada within his presidency. So like, I hate you, but you brought Canada.
He's going to pull Ukraine. Situation.
He's going to pull Belarus and Ukraine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Belarus is going to be our Canada.
You know what? Newfoundland? That looks American to me.
That's right.
You know what? Nova Scotia? New Brunswick? You mean New Maine?
Quebec?
Oh, those are frogs.
Yeah, but it's whatever.
That's harder to sell. The frogs are harder to sell.
I don't care. They're going to get integrated whether they like it or not. And you know what? If they bitch about it, be like, you had your chance. You had your chance back in 1776, and you sided with the enemy. So you know what? Reaping what you sow.
Dude, they had their chance. They're like, man, we really hate Canada. And we're like, hey, you want to help us? And they're like,
no, we're gonna wait like 120 years and then try and put a referendum up. It's not gonna pass. So yeah, fuck you and get out of Quebec. It's like, okay. Thanks for turning Benedict Arnold against us, assholes.
Man, the French, they helped us gain independence. And then they're like, get out of here, peasant. And we're like, America will remember that.
Yeah.
Literally just allies of circumstance.
Yeah, same thing with Spain.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. To
be
honest, I can kind of understand why the French don't like us a bit, because Napoleon's like, all right, buddy, we need France needs your help. And like, actually, we only agreed a treaty with the French monarchy, and you're not the French monarchy, so we don't have a treaty.
Although
But
there were
meanwhile,
many
they go-
American intellectuals at the forefront of the French Revolution.
Yeah, and meanwhile, we declare war on Great Britain anyways. Like,
Yeah.
bitch, why don't we at least ally with Napoleon first? Because,
Mhm.
like, there's at least we can exchange. Like,
Yeah, but do you really want to be at war with the entire coalition?
Britain's gonna be really the only one we'll be fighting until the Spanish get involved. But at the same time, America could play its part by helping incite revolt amongst the Spanish colonies. Like, it could have worked. Could have
It
worked.
could have been the ultimate tag team. The Americans and French
Yeah,
could be
the
best friends
French
forever.
recognize this. They recognize this. So to this day, they're like, yeah, fuck you guys. We could have had the universe, but instead, you settled for the galaxy. Fair enough. I don't blame.
Man, America could have taken the universe by itself.
Yeah, we could have taken the universe, but we literally just allied with the English the entire time.
Oh, why? I hate that we allied with the English.
It makes sense given our background, but at the same time, it doesn't make sense.
We should have
given our
hated the
background.
British.
Yeah, like, yes, we have similar cultural ties, but at the same time, fuck you, we rebelled by force,
the same thing
and there's a
we just
colony
said
to your
about
direct.
about the French, also applies to Germany.
Yeah,
Germany in World War One is like, we could have had the universe, but you settled for the galaxy.
it's true. I don't know. I feel like geopolitically there would have been a lot more to gain by siding against Britain.
I know.
You know, it would have made more sense.
Dude, 1812? That's not far removed from the revolution. We should have really hated the British.
Hey, now that we fucking paid our dues by staying allied with these guys, our cousins across the pond, they gotta pay dues back to us in form of you're gonna be joining this whatever kind of political union we're gonna be forming.
Anglo-American Union?
Whatever union it fucking takes place, you're gonna be a key part. Either you're gonna be in it or you're gonna be a key ally. It's like shit isn't a one-way street.
Mm-hmm.
Anglo-American Union, maybe. I actually see like a new NAFTA turning into like something more political. In all honesty, like,
Yeah,
I
but
know
then
the
Mexico
thing.
couldn't be a part of it.
See, that's the thing is it would. Like, I can
Yeah.
see us working towards trying to get Mexico, Canada, and the U.S. into.
Yeah, but Mexico
loose
can
European
undermine the
Union.
whole thing.
I mean, they could, but that's the thing. If that doesn't work, we could just switch gears to an Anglo-American Union. But I honestly think it'd be more advantageous for us to consolidate the North American continent.
Union instead.
Well, I mean, shit, we do have a lot of history with the Spanish and the fucking Mexicans and the Latin Americans. It's like, we can be friends. We can learn Spanish and you can learn English. Like,
Mm-hmm. Well,
fucking,
except we
that's what
can't
they
learn
do in Europe.
Spanish.
I know
You're
that'd
gonna
be
have
a
to learn
threat.
English.
That would see. It's. I was telling my buddy about this the other day, but cultural exchanges are a two-way street. Fucking Americans, they go out and touch the world with their culture, and then they get all offended that the world is touching them with their culture. Like, well, that's what you get for having a world empire. Like, you're not immune. The Mongols conquered the world, and then within a generation, they were all, like, dressed in Chinese silks and eating Chinese rice and shit. Genghis Khan literally in his old age was like, "What has my empire become?" But like, that's what you get, bitch. It's called World Empire.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're gonna have to learn Spanish, and they're gonna have to learn English. That way, when we ever come in contact with each other, we can fucking communicate.
Yeah, the Germans tried a different kind of world empire, though. The kind where you go in, take the land, and replace all the people there with your people.
It seems kind of like a moot point to the U.S. Genocide against other American peoples just seems kind of like, what are we gonna populate that region with immigrants? But like, where are those immigrants gonna come from? Probably from the
Yeah, no,
Southwest,
I'm
where
not.
the Mexicans and the Black
I'm just
Americans
saying
live
that
in the
there
U.S.
that
We just speak
that's like
Spanish anyway.
one of the only. Well, the Romans, I guess, are like if the minority of cases where world empire, their culture replaces the local culture, pretty much.
What do you mean, dude? China?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
China's entire history, they were a lot smaller in the beginning. I will tell you that. China
yes,
today
they
is
were.
a lot smaller when they first started out. They were literally just the land. What is it? The Yellow River
Yeah,
or the Yangtze?
I
Pretty sure
think.
the Yangtze's in the south, right?
Yes, I think so.
Just in case, I'm gonna look it
Yeah,
up.
let's look it up.
Yep, it's the one in the north. Yeah, so yeah, it was pretty much all centered around the Yellow River, and now look at it. It's down to the Yangtze in the Pearl River, and it's over in the east in the Tarim Basin. Like, that is the true essence of world empire culture, taking and replacing cultures.
Yeah,
The
they're
Chinese are like,
still
you know what?
expanding. That
Well, you know
culture's
what they
still
do?
expanding.
It's just that Chinese men would go into the region, marry the women, and then the Chinese men would pass their Chinese customs down to their son. Like, dude, literally, their strategy was military colonies, or is it veteran colonies? Like, Rome could have done that, but at the same time, their just culture base was so much smaller.
Yeah.
And plus, just the population of Rome is not nearly as large as China's. Well, as a whole, Rome still got like a couple less people. Just because, you know, Rome is way more spread out and isn't just two giant rivers where like millions and millions of people live.
Let us all take a moment to mourn the passing of the
You can do it.
all the cultures that China has assimilated.
It's a lot of them.
Most recently, the Manchurians. Currently, the Tibetans,
No. Currently, the Uyghurs.
Uyghurs,
Next up
and
on the
Tibetans.
list to the Tibetans. No. The Uyghurs are definitely gone before the Tibetans. Like,
Oh yeah,
sorry, but the Himalaya or the Tibet Plateau is just still a little bit too high for them Chinese with their weak boy lungs to settle en masse. They're right now, I'm pretty sure they're just settling in the most fertile parts of Tibet. Obviously, is probably where they're going to be pressuring most. But I'm sure a lot of that plateau is going to remain Tibetan for a long time. But it's just going to get smaller and smaller and smaller gradually. That's if they don't get independence. But fuck, man, what's going to give them independence? Even if China transitions into like a bona fide democracy, think the Republic of China is going to be willing to give up Tibet?
no,
Like,
not
no,
a
it's going to
chance.
be like, meet the boss, same as the old boss. It's like, yeah, it's going to be same shit, different day for those guys. But you know what? Back when China did it and assimilated the southern peoples in the Pearl River estuary, there wasn't international news to talk about it. It just happened. So, it's just happening now. It's kind of fucking sad. Because Tibetans are actually a really hardy people. Too bad there's only like less than 10 million of them. But
I'm
fuck,
just
they're like
looking at the map. Iran is so brown. There's like no green.
If you look at it, if you go on Google Earth and you look at the Middle East nowadays, you wonder how
It's
long they're going to be able to reach.
yeah, it's like just sand everywhere. What's the population of Afghanistan? How's that population sustained?
Afghanistan? Lots of children. That's usually how regions like that work. If the birth rate's really low and the life expectancy is really low and the population's really low, you just have a lot of kids.
Yeah, but they don't have tons of farmland, so I'm just wondering how
No,
they
but they
feed
have
everybody.
enough. It's mostly wells. I'm sure they get most of their water from wells, but the
Hmm.
communities aren't big. And Afghanistan's population in general isn't that big.
Yeah, and they're not rich like the Saudis, so they can't just
They
import
could be,
everything.
but just by nature of their region, very divided. The only way they'd be able to get rich is if they centralize. Maybe if they centralize the Saudi way, where the royal family just marries every noble clan. Just be like, yeah, well, now you're binded by marriage to obey me. But even then, that has backfired for the Sauds because there's so many princes vying for power. I mean, there's been
Yeah.
a lot of kings in Saudi Arabia the past 70 years, I gotta say.
What's the capital? Is it Riyadh?
Yeah, it's Riyadh.
Man, nice
I
putting it
know,
right
right in
in
the
the
middle
middle
of the
of the
fucking desert.
desert.
Dude, and it's funny because most of their oil is in the east, but most of their majority of their population is in the west, so why put the capital in the east? Close to the oil, sure, but you're also closer to Iran, too. I don't know. I wouldn't want to be closer to Iran if I were the Saudis. Kind of mortal enemies. Their capital's kind of exposed if there's an actual Iranian push. Well, it's not exposed now because they're fucking butt buddies with the US, but, if it's just them, Riyadh is kind of exposed.
Hmm.
But that's the thing. Good friends. Because we have so much in common, We're an authoritarian, autocratic, theocratic monarchy, and our people have hardly any rights. We persecute foreign religions, right, guys? We have so much in common with these guys. We're like brothers. So we should we're actually just natural allies.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
Yeah. Poor Kurds, man. The Kur- the Middle East will probably be uninhabitable by the time the Kurds get their own state. It's just gonna be everyone's gonna be gone, and
They
they'll be
live
like,
in the
"We
more
got it."
habitated part. They still have Lake Van
Yeah.
and part of the Tigris and they're upstream too, so they can control the water for downstream if they had their own unified state.
Yeah, until someone else needs the water, and then they come
Yeah,
in and just
until the mass of
give
peoples
them the
from the
boot.
south start migrating north because they can't live there anymore. I don't know what Israel's gonna do. They're literally gonna turn into a walled state. Like,
Yeah,
keep out, you non-Jews. Keep out of our Israel. Like, we'll be friends, but you keep your damn Muslim asses out here. We're having a hard enough time apartheiding our current population of Muslims into a minority group. Like, we can't take an influx of you guys. Dude, the Jews are actually secretly super anti-Semitic.
uh, dude,
Well, I don't want to say the Jews, the Israelis.
the Israelis, yeah,
Because it's funny,
Zionists.
American Jews are like, yeah, Israel's fucked up. They're just totally. What they're doing is just like super hypocritical. But Israeli Jews are like, yeah, dude, tribes of Israel have returned to the reclaimed Holy Land. It's like, oh,
Oh boy, Jesus.
well, and that's the thing. Or you see a lot of videos about like Israeli Jews justifying it. It's usually always in that religious context,
Mm-hmm.
like where it's always been our land. It's our destiny. Like,
Yeah.
retake it, which is totally just like they're totally an American colony. This is just their
Hmm.
little manifest destiny. And we're propping them up.
Yeah. And if you look at Israeli political parties, they're like 15 different
All Zionists.
parties that are all Zionist, right-wing Zionists, and I'm like,
Oh boy.
what the heck?
What a functioning democracy.
And
Quote
then
unquote, the only
then
functioning democracy in the Middle East.
and then there's a small Arab party.
Yeah, that's the Arab party. They parade around saying, "See, we're not anti-Semitic. We love Muslims. Look at the Arab party. They have seats in the government. You know that counts for something. They have seat.
Yeah,
A single one. Just one person.
I'm gonna check how
Like,
many
hey,
seats
don't
they have.
apartheid my people."
They just shut off his mic.
You see him shaking his fist.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Likud, conservative, national conservatism, right-wing populism, revisionist Zionism, blue and white,
Revisionist Zionism.
liberal Zionism, blue and white Israeli Resistance Party, Zionism, blue and white Tolem, Zionism, Shahs,
Hell yeah.
religious conservatism, populism, mixed economy. Not
Populism,
Zionist.
mixed economy. Oh, there might be Zionist undertones.
The
You
the
never know.
Communist Party has 4 seats.
Oh, nice.
Dude, that's probably like, like maybe 1,000 people, baby. Let's go.
Yeah.
And the Arab Nationalist Party has 2 seats.
Oh. Well, it doesn't have one.
Yeah, seats with a fucking, was it the little, the S's in,
Yeah.
Oh, the Labour
Um,
Party, Social Democracy, Labor Zionism, 2-state solution.
it's two takes.
It's too late
2
for
states.
2-state solution, but still.
Yeah. I know. Why don't we just have a fucking? I like the populist. So like whichever party is actually recognizing that Gaza is gonna be uninhabitable in the next couple years, and they need to do something about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because otherwise, fuck, it's pointless. It's unsavable. The nation is brainwashed by its own destiny.
Union of right-wing parties. Orthodox interest, religious Zionism, religious nationalism,
They take
religious
after us if that's the
conservatism,
case.
and Greater Israel.
Greater
Greater Israel?
They want to conquer Syria.
Oh my god.
What are you retards? Let's talk about annexing the Sinai before we go all crazy about
Greater
annexing.
Israel occasionally refers to the Promised Land defined in Genesis 15:18,
Dude,
Holy
fascist
fuck.
parties in Israel.
or to the land of
over.
Israel.
Where's gonna be our Nazi fucking Israel? The circle will come.
Yeah, the circle will be complete. Holy shit, you're right.
You either die a hero, or you live long enough to see something.
You're right. Oh my god, that would be
It
kind of
describes
perfect.
a large territory from Brook of Egypt to the Euphrates.
Oh my. Dude, Jacob's
Holy
right.
shit.
The circle would literally be complete.
Compromising all of modern-day Israel, Palestine territories, Lebanon, Syria, Jordan, Iraq, as well as Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Oman, Yemen, and most of Turkey.
What the fuck?
Holy shit.
Dude, they couldn't even occupy fucking.
The circle
What is it?
now complete.
God.
What is it? Lebanon. They couldn't even occupy
Yeah.
Lebanon. I don't know how they're gonna.
Yeah, that's ambitious.
They're gonna fucking totally just genocide these guys.
Oh yeah,
They're
definitely.
trying to remake King David's empire, apparently.
Damn,
I
dude.
didn't know King David owned parts of the UAE. Like, what value would that
They're
region
trying to
have?
remake it and make it better.
Dude, what fucking value would that region have had back in biblical times?
I don't know if they're
Just
actually. I don't know if the
attached to
current day party is trying to do that much. They might just be trying to get Lebanon and parts of Syria.
And you gotta start small.
They have, but dude, I'm telling you, they have 2 seats. They have
Oh,
as many
fuck.
seats as the Arab National Party.
Oh
What
no!
the fuck? I
That
bet they
feels.
have
That
heated
feels.
discussions.
Oh, that feels terrible.
Like, you pigs! You sons of bitches! Just all 2 of them shouting at each other in the back while the normal proceedings go on.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Gotta break up a fight every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Bruh, what the fuck? That's like, don't they see the irony in their actions?
I know, right?
It's like, if they do, then
Oh,
it's
there's a
like,
second Arab party.
Oh shit, how many seats they got?
No. All right. In total, I've counted 6 seats so far from the Arab National.
Oh, nice.
good, more than the Israeli fucking
Good.
Zionist, Supreme Zionist Party.
Fucking good.
Takuma is the name of the party, I think. National Union Takuma. They're in a
Called the
union.
National
They're in a
Hypocrite
union
Party.
with the Jewish Home, so they in total control about 5.
Oh fuck, they're catching up to the Arabs again. It's just a little game of cat and mouse. Who gets more power? The minority group or the fucking
Ooh,
ultra nationalist ethno state group?
here. Oh, I found another one. This is the one I like: Arab nationalism, secularism, pan-Arabism, and anti-Zionism. So they might actually they might be like an actual anti-Semitic Arab party.
How many seats they got?
2.
Oh, well.
They're like, yeah, if we take power, we're gonna deport all you guys back to Europe.
They're against the state of Israel existing.
Yeah.
They win a national election somehow, and it's just like the darkest timeline for Israelis.
Yeah.
That would be
never fucking
chaos.
happen, I don't think.
No.
Unless like
No.
they were like in a coalition with other Arab parties, and like the fucking apartheid ended. Even then, man.
I feel like that
Probably
would
for the
just
best.
I'm guessing that would just be revanchist Israeli population that just comes back and makes things even worse.
Definitely. That would be the case. But that's why there are little fucking buddies. So we gotta make sure none of that ever happens.
Why
There
are
are
Saudi Arabia our buddy then?
'Cause they
I
ain't
think-
right.
I'm thinking it's about time to cut them loose.
Honestly, though, they're shit allies. It's like, oh, this is a give-give relationship. The only thing we get from you guys is weapon sales. And you know, Republicans will be like, yeah, that's good business. I like that. That's
Yeah,
a good deal.
right.
It's like, I guess.
We give you money, you buy our weapons.
Yeah, you know, you pay an extra $10 and we'll write a little hello from America on the side of our bombs.
For every gun you get, an American will write a little note for you.
Yeah,
Maybe draw a little picture for you too.
So
Little
that way
pin
the
said you I
Yemeni
donated.
children, when they see the bombs dropping, they know that the
Ratings
Americans
from
were a
America.
part of it.
That makes me think of
It's like Iron Man.
dude, what is the name of the movie? Nicolas Cage is in it.
Iron Man.
No, but I was thinking I don't remember the name of the
Ghost
movie.
Rider.
But, no, well, it's Nicolas Cage in it. But no, it's about this movie. He was like this gun dealer or like weapon distributor, and like the beginning of the movie starts off with like the life.
Oh,
National
I think I know what
treasure.
you're talking. The lifespan of
Yeah, the lifespan of a bullet. Yeah, it shows
He's like America has like 600, 900 million guns, and we need some more.
No, he says that, and he says like it's enough guns to give one in every like 12 or 10 people or whatever a gun. He's like, the question is, how do we give the other 9 people guns? And then
Yeah.
like it goes over to the life of a bullet, and then it ends with like going into a child soldier's head or whatever. It's like, Jesus, dude.
Yeah, that movie was great. I want to watch it.
It was pretty good. it's one of those movies that you're like, why is Nicolas Cage in this? And then like you watch the beginning and you're like, wow, this is pretty good so far, and it's a really good movie.
I think it's the best opening scene of a movie. It's really good.
It's up there. It's pretty good.
What else is up there?
For best opening
Opening
scene?
movies.
Yeah,
movie scenes
opening
in
scenes of a movie.
Yeah,
Inglourious Bastards?
that has a pretty good opening scene.
May I have some more of your delicious milk?
I don't even know. I'll think about it for a minute.
I know, right?
I don't really think about openings in movies for some reason, unless it's like really sticks out. I don't know. Hold on.
Forrest Gump?
How does Forrest Gump? I haven't watched Forrest Gump forever. How does that open?
I can't remember.
Wow, thanks. Thanks, Jacob.
You just said a
I'm just
good
like,
movie.
what's a really good movie? Yeah, I'm just like,
That's
it's
true. I guess
gotta
I
be
did just say
opening.
good movie opening.
Dude, I was just thinking of a good movie, because a good movie is never good open. Presumably.
I guess like I don't know. Now I'm thinking about Inglourious Bastards. Raiders of the Lost Ark
Okay.
had a pretty good opening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I haven't seen Indiana
Gangs
Jones.
of New York had a good opening. We watched that.
That's true.
recently.
That was a pretty good opening. Space Odyssey had a pretty good opening. I like that opening with all the I liked all the monkeys and stuff.
The Good
Bill
and the Bad and the
kinda-
Ugly
Bill-
had a good opening.
Yeah, Bill kind of carried that Gangs of New York on his back though.
Oh, Dark Knight, the one with the Joker in it. Was it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
No, but
The
that
Dark
wasn't the
Knight
opening
Rises.
scene. Yep, that wasn't the opening scene though.
That is true. It
The
wasn't.
bank robbery wasn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, the bank robbery.
No.
Yeah, that was.
Was it?
I think it was.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the movie in so long.
Yeah, that was the first part of the movie, was the bank robbery.
Okay, yeah, that was a good opening.
Yeah,
scene.
then that's a good opening.
Yeah.
I thought it started off with Bruce. Well, I may be wrong.
No, it's after.
I haven't seen the movie in a long time, so I
I'm
remember.
gonna have to go watch it
I
tonight.
just remember the bank robbery part, and I was like, "This is pretty good."
We should watch it after the podcast.
Dark Knight, or whatever the fuck it's
Um,
called. I can't remember the name.
I want to
Yeah,
watch
it's
that
Dark
one
Knight.
movie
Okay.
that you guys were talking about watching
Oh,
earlier.
Bullet one.
Yeah.
We can watch
Yeah,
that one.
we'll look for it.
I'll watch that one. Yeah, it's really good. If it's on Netflix, that'd be nuts. If it's not, that's unfortunate.
I have my doubts.
Yeah,
It's
so
a
do
movie
I.
we want to watch. It's not on
But
Netflix.
it's also a Nicolas Cage movie, so it has a higher chance because of that. Because he's acted in, like a lot of movies. Do you know why he's acted in so many movies?
No.
He got in like a lot of financial trouble, and he just needed money, so he literally just took any movie he could. Like he'd just take any movie. It didn't matter how
Yeah.
garbage it was.
And he made like one good movie.
Yeah,
Well, that's what happens when you take any role you can get.
so that's why he's like in so many like
I enjoyed
B-list
National
movies.
Treasure. I did.
I liked it. I thought it was good.
National Treasure 2 was not good.
No,
I didn't like Ghost Rider.
I didn't
After
like it.
rewatching
I didn't like
it.
Ghost Rider either.
I
Yeah,
liked it when I was like a little
I was
kid.
gonna say, yeah, when I was a bit younger, I kind of liked it, and I watched it again, and I'm like, oh, this movie's fucking bad.
I haven't watched Gone in 60 Seconds in like 6 years, but I
I-
remember liking it.
I haven't seen that movie in a very long time, so
But I was like 13 when the last time I watched it, so I could just be completely wrong.
yeah.
Very true. I know. You always like movies when you're younger because you're just naive.
Stupid.
That too.
I don't know, man. It's just when the younger you are, you tend to like garbage. That's just the truth.
It's because you don't
Yeah.
really have an opinion.
Yeah.
It's
You
like,
just-
what did you think of the movie? You're just like, hey, it was cool.
You got like people like Kenyon that like fucking Shark Boy and Lava Girl when he was younger, and I'm like,
Oh man, I like that movie now, right?
no, you don't.
Dude, Spy Kids 3D?
Dude,
I would rather watch Spy Kids. I think I can find more
Yeah,
value in
no,
Spy Kids 3D
yeah,
than Shark
you
Boy and Lava
probably
Girl.
could. No, George Lopez was not in.
Oh, he's
Spy
right.
No,
Kids
but
He's
3D.
right.
David Hasselhoff was.
Was he?
Yeah, but no, listen. In Shark Boy and
no,
Lava
no,
Girl.
I mean, I don't mean David Hasselhoff. I mean fucking.
George
Rocky
Lopez?
guy. The Rocky guy. Drawing a blank.
Sylvester Stallone.
Yes, Sylvester Stallone was in it.
I haven't seen it for
Dude, and the Dingster was in it.
Oh yeah.
But listen.
Timeless character.
George Lopez played literally every
I
character
know
in
he
that
did.
movie, and it was fantastic.
That was really the only redeeming part about that movie.
Dude, Riley pretty much had a seizure when they landed on that planet.
I just couldn't believe what it looked like. Like it still baffles me. I remember watching because
I still dream about it.
I remember that day you guys were joking about it, and I was like, I've never seen that movie, and all of you instantly were like, all right, we're gonna watch the movie. I was like, really? And, I could, not even in my dreams, I could like, I don't even know, because I've seen all the Spy Kids, and I'm like, and that was my standard. Okay, that like for like kind of shitty like kid movies like that, you know, like that kind of movie.
I think the first Spy Kids was decent.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. The first Spy Kids, like, and like my lowest standard was like Spy Kids 3D, and apparently there's a Spy Kids after that, which I vaguely remember. And so my standard was that low, and then I watched that, and I was like, wow, I didn't think my standard could get any lower. I was like, this is actually awful.
Yeah.
Awfully great.
And when Kenyon told me it was actually written by like a kid, I'm like, I mean, yeah, you can see that. You can definitely see that. It's.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Spy Kids. That's the thing though, kids always want to act like grown-ups, so
How is that? Wait, what?
gotta have your fucking kids want to act like grown-ups.
Yeah.
So of course there's gonna be fucking retarded kids movies like that. Or stupid.
Yeah.
So that's just how it's gonna be. And you know, kids are stupider nowadays, so those movies are just gonna be dumber.
You know, people always say that, but I think we just forget how stupid we used to be. I'm sure we were just as stupid.
I don't
as
forget.
nowadays.
I just suppress.
You know what cartoons would be better now?
Because
Better
you know,
nowadays
old
if they
people
put
are like,
little innuendos back in the kids' cartoons, like they did.
because old people are always like, things are better back in the day, and I'm like, what people were more respectful, and I'm like, they just pretended to be.
I don't really think that way that like the next generation's done. Actually, I like the next
Yeah,
generation's probably
yeah.
smarter
I
than me,
refuse.
honestly.
Yes, I think the same way because I see the way that the current old people think about us. So I'm like, I can't be that same way because I see it.
And like, I don't know. Yeah, I see
I'm
it.
gonna be that way.
I see it. Yeah, I can tell.
I can. Yeah, we can tell.
I can tell. But on like the other hand, though, when you're talking about like cartoons back then and stuff, and I was like, I don't know, some newer cartoons like it.
They're boys.
I like
They're
Gravity
just
Falls. When did Gravity Falls come out?
I don't know.
Yeah, Gravity Falls.
It's
Right,
good. It's actually.
Gravity
Have you ever
Falls-
seen Gravity Falls?
Gravity Falls was good.
It's really
Regular
good.
show was great.
Regular show was the shit. That was good.
We're on to the. I don't know if you realize this, but we're on to the entertainment section of the podcast.
Gravity
Yes.
Falls. Hold on. When did this come out?
Where we talk about.
Oh shit, that was
entertainment.
2012. Wow, I thought it was newer than that. Yikes. That's fine. That's
Regular
still
show
pretty
came
new.
out
Oh, no,
hella early.
not
Yeah.
regular show. I said Gravity Falls.
Regular
When did
show is older
shows?
than that.
Hold on. Yeah, hold
I
on.
The
know, but
regular show was better,
is
I think.
within the
I love that
periphery
show.
of my
I
time watching
put
cartoons.
I put regular show a little above the Gravity Falls, but I think Gravity Falls is really good. Like if you've never seen it, it's pretty worth it. It's good.
Regular
No,
show
wait,
is fun.
The
When you
final
watch it, it's
episode of
fun.
regular show aired
2017.
January
Funny.
2016, 2017. Dang.
It went on
That
for a
last-
long time.
It lasted so long.
Not the last season, but the season before last was kind of bad though. It was kind of garbage. It was had a lot of drama for kind of no reason at all. It was weird. And then like the last season was
regular
pretty
show
good.
having drama does not sound right.
Yeah, it was weird. I didn't really understand where they were going with it. And then like they were like, all right, fuck it, we're gonna wrap the show up. And the last season was basically just the whole wrap up of the plot, and it was pretty good.
Or you could be like Samurai
Who's your
Jack.
favorite character?
A regular show?
Mordecai.
Oh, Lake. Alright, no, Skip. I mean, Skips. Lake was the fuck? No, Skips.
I agree. I think.
Wait, who did you say, Jacob?
Mordecai.
You
I
like
thought you were just
Mordecai?
talking about the main characters.
No.
Yeah, we're not. No, I'm not talking about the main character. I'm not talking about the main character. The problem with Mordecai is, I don't know if you remember the
Maybe
season.
Benson.
Benson? He's alright.
Benson's okay. I like Skip's the best, and Pops is a close second.
Yeah, Pops is pretty great. I liked What's his name? The green guy. It's like your mom. What's his name now?
Oh, Muscle Man.
Yeah, Muscle Man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Muscle Man.
I can't really choose a character I dislike. They're all pretty good.
Yeah.
Well,
The
I
show is
don't
just
know. If
kind
you
of
go back
good.
and watch it nowadays, it's still kind of fucking like. I don't know.
I could still enjoy it, honestly. I could probably still watch like the whole
I
thing
know,
again.
but I enjoyed it more when I was a kid.
Well, I can watch it up until the season before last, because that season was really bad, I'm not gonna lie. It was kind of miserable watching that. But if I just skipped that, then it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I think
Fuck
it still holds
that.
up.
Just the kid cartoons that we grew up with is like.
I can still watch
We got
Samurai
Teen
Jack,
Titans.
too. Teen Titans is really good.
Yeah, we got the good Teen Titans.
You mean Teen Titans Go?
Wait, no, I said the good Teen Titans.
Yeah, Teen Titans Go.
No. The good one, the old one.
Yeah, Teen
Dude.
Titans is really good.
Listen, Teen Titans Go is better than it has any right to
You know,
be.
I used to shit talk the show really bad, then I watched a couple episodes, and like, it kind of is actually not that bad, I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, it's not good, but it's far better than it should be.
Yeah. Some of the jokes in it are really good, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't know. Yeah, you're right. It has no right being that good. And I really
It
hate
has no right
admitting it because like I fucking loved the original Teen Titans.
Yeah.
So it hurt a little bit when I watched a couple episodes and I thought it was really good.
I didn't think it was really good.
But it's better than my expectations were so low that I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Damn. You know what show was really good and then they canceled it? It was literally too good. I liked Wander Over Yonder. That was another show that was fairly new that was good.
Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
That was good. Either of you watch Wander Over Yonder? You probably wouldn't like Wander
No.
Over Yonder actually. It's kind of
Wander Over Yonder.
yeah.
I haven't fucking seen this
I
show.
never watched
It's
Adventure
weird.
Time either.
It's Adventure Time's alright. It's like Wander Over Yonder is Jesus.
Dude, what fucking did this air on like Cartoon Network?
What show?
Wander Over Yonder.
It came out probably about the time.
It looks like it was made by the same people who did Foster's Home
I
for
think it
Imaginary
was.
Friends.
It was kind of just a show about. It was about basically about the show. This guy called Wander that just kind of like he just helped people, and it was kind of just a feel good show. Like, and the bad guy was really good, or both the bad guys were really good, and I kind of liked it. At first, I hated it. Like, I watched the first 2 episodes. I'm like, wow, this is really bad, and then I just kind of kept watching, and then like I really liked it, and then I got to the final episode, and I was like, wait, what just happened? And then I looked it up, and it got canceled. I was like, are you kidding me?
Phineas and Ferb was good.
That was pretty good.
I didn't watch a whole lot of Phineas and Ferb, but I did think it was pretty decent.
Honestly,
Just every time I'd see it on TV, it'd be like
They
this
ended
fucking
it at a
episode.
good time.
they kind of did, yeah.
They knew how. See, they knew not to push it too far, and I
Mhm.
can respect that.
The thing about Phineas and Ferb, though,
Fairly Odd
It's-
Parents is pushing to the limit.
fuck that. They ruined that show.
SpongeBob
Yeah.
has been pushed over the limit as
Oh,
well.
that's been put. That's been dead. No, they. The act. Oh, I don't even.
Dude,
I think there's only
that-
one person. That,
Dude, once SpongeBob's voice actor dies, it's gonna be done.
I know, right?
No, he's not. He's still pretty young.
Like,
Pretty young. Yeah, I know.
if you, one day I was really. I don't even know how this got me. Like, I don't know how I got so curious about this, but I was like looking up the history of like Nickelodeon stuff. And before SpongeBob, they used to be a pretty respectable company, honestly. Like, because
Yeah.
they wanted to do a lot of opposites from Disney, basically. And one of their biggest things they used to do,
He's 57 years old. He's not that.
he's still got
young.
some years, you know?
Yeah, he's got some time.
Anyways,
Yeah, if he doesn't
and
die of a heart attack or some other complication.
that's true.
He looks pretty healthy.
And like, so Nickelodeon used to do this thing where they wouldn't do more than 2 seasons of a show because they wanted to like keep like this constant
Yeah,
content
but
rotation.
That
And then
toy revenue.
yeah, and then SpongeBob came in, and it was like, well, fuck that, and they just kind of kept going.
Fuck yeah, man.
Like, it
We
was
make
just,
too much money from the
Money
toy.
making machine.
mm,
They're like the Simpsons.
God, nah. Simpsons is the only show Fox won't cancel. They'll cancel about any other show.
They canceled Futurama.
Firefly. They canceled Family Guy at one point, even though that's another one that's continued way too long.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
I wanted
right.
Futurama to continue. I don't think it would have been good for the series overall, but I still wanted more episodes.
The ending was like perfect. It was an ending where they could have continued it or they could have just stopped.
Yeah.
Like it was pretty. The ending was good.
Mm-hmm. Futurama is great.
It's good. I love Futurama.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a really good show.
But they moved on to Disenchantment, which is also good, but not as good.
I still haven't seen the new season yet. I planned on watching it.
See, but that's the thing about shows like that is, do you really want it to keep going?
Yeah, that's how.
Yeah.
You. Well, I don't want it to keep going, but I can understand your point.
Yeah, I know it would be bad for it, but I still wanted more episodes.
You know, honestly, Zach, that's how I feel about
No,
Monty.
No, I think Full Metal Alchemist could have continued.
That
but
one-
it doesn't apply to Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah, do Al
They were
travel
literally
across
setting it up.
thing.
You know, honestly, last time we watched this, Zach, you know, the whole time we're watching it, we were talking about how that'd be such a cool idea, and then and then I thought about it, and I'm like, God, maybe it wouldn't be a good idea, because Al's, like, weird-ass ideology, and then realizing Shing's basically government's gonna corrupt now, I could just fall under corrupt now that they know how to make a Philosopher's Stone, like, it's just gonna be a Mistress 2 Electric Boogaloo, like, it's
Yeah,
actually...
And this time you don't have Ed to save the day.
Mm-hmm.
No, dude, you got Al. He can handle it. You got the
Mustang.
two. They got his buddies with their animal instincts.
No, they're
You're
fucked.
right. You're never mind. It's over, Al.
Nah.
Yeah, and Alchemy is
My animal
inferior.
instincts are telling me this corrupt official is corrupt.
And Ed was gonna go to fucking Drachma. It was
Yeah.
gonna be the coolest ending, and then it ended. It was
Yeah.
gonna be the coolest fucking shit, and then it ended.
I don't know.
Although I'm pretty sure that's where the manga ended, so.
Yeah, it is, I'm pretty sure.
Fucking goddamn it.
Why would they leave the door wide open and then just never do anything?
Probably better that way.
Bittersweet. I
Kill la
guess
Kill
so.
kind of did that with the OVA.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean,
Sometimes
I don't know.
it's just better that things end. Like I was thinking about it when it came to like Monty Python. Like I fucking love the 3 movies, but I'm like, man, imagine a timeline that what's his name didn't die or didn't
Graham
get cancer.
Chapman.
Yeah, didn't get cancer. Like, imagine a time like that and they just continued. I'm like, I wonder if like they would have reached a point where it would have gotten bad. I don't know.
That would have been terrible. I don't think they could have made a bad movie.
Yeah, I don't think they could have made a bad movie. I think they could have made like not quite as good as the 3, you know.
Yeah, the problem is they would have more money, so it would get worse.
I imagine like an Indiana Jones type situation where you have like the perfect 3, and then some asshole comes along and makes a 4th shitty one that's really bad and has Shia LaBeouf in it.
Mm-hmm. Come on, you can't hate on Shia LaBeouf.
Yes, I can.
Dude, he's
Why
like
not?
one of my favorite people, but one of my least favorite actors.
That's actually
What do
pretty
you mean?
fair.
He was I loved him in Transformers. I loved him in Indiana Jones' Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I loved him in
I loved him in that one golf movie. I can't remember the name of.
and then that one movie where he was a gangster.
Gangster.
Yeah, I love those movies. Those are great.
I don't know,
Shia
but
LaBeouf, greatest male actor of our generation.
I think about that, and I'm like, you know, like, it's in my opinion, movies can reach its pinnacle if it manages to do a trio like perfectly, like 3 movies. Like, if it's like 3 movies,
You're right,
that they
and
just
then they do another
and
trio.
then they fuck it up.
20
And then
years later.
and then they do a
Yep.
third trilogy
Yep.
20 years after that.
But like,
And they just trilogying ass.
I know, or like, I don't know. It sucks. Like, if you can get 3 consistently good movies, it's just stop. Like even 2 consistently good movies.
No. I'm convinced that they can save this last trilogy if it ends by Anakin killing Palpatine in some way.
What?
I don't even know how that would happen.
Listen, that's the only way to redeem
Like
Star Wars.
he just Force Ghost shows up, just pushing him off an edge. Like what? I don't know. What do you want?
Yeah, he just Force Ghost shows
They
up. He's like,
need-
we're not doing
They
this
need to
twice.
find some way to do it, or else the prophecy is wrong and the premise of the whole series is screwed.
It's
So
been
Palpatine
screwed.
came back in Dark Empire in the EU.
Oh,
But the whole point of the end of the original trilogy was the prophecy fulfilled. Anakin kills the Emperor, brings balance to the Force.
yeah, throws him off. I just realized that's a little awkward. I think I made it through the whole music playlist in our
But
thing.
the Star
Hold
Wars
on.
canon,
There we go. Anyways,
Star
yeah,
Wars
no.
canon before the fucking new trilogy was the Palpatine. The Dark Empire was the canon, and Palpatine came back anyway.
Yep. I don't
So
know.
regardless of whether the new movies or the old movies, Palpatine
Yes,
comes back.
now the new movies are in such deep shit that's the only conceivable thing I can think of that would make it save.
Dude,
Sorry, but
there's
Force
no way
Ghost
in hell
killing
they're gonna do
Palpatine.
it. There's
It's
just
not.
no way.
It doesn't even need to be a Force.
Okay, how
ghost.
about Anakin's lightsaber? Would you take that?
Not if Rey's holding it.
Not necessarily Rey. Maybe like Kylo.
What if Luke just pops in? He's like, "I didn't die. I just became one with the Force."
Yeah, he's like, I've been in the air this entire time.
He's like, I'm just like omnipotent now. I'm like, what's even
In
happening?
in the EU, Luke could actually become one with the Force.
No, I know. It is kind of crazy. Luke was in the EU. Luke was honestly disgustingly OP. He was nuts.
Yes, he was.
He's so OP.
He was everything that Anakin could have been.
Yeah.
Darth Vader or Anakin's looking in the afterlife. He's like, fuck, man.
I'm
I didn't
wasting.
kill Mace Windu.
God, man.
I
Yeah,
could
no,
have had this shit.
no, but Luke's insane. Like, he can do just the craziest fucking shit. Like, it's nuts.
I know. That's why I love the EU, man.
Hmm.
They made Luke super cool in the EU. And then they ruined his character in the new movie.
Yeah, they really do.
I've
Making
never seen
Spock.
such character assassination. Not only did they undo all of the growth that Luke had in the first 3 movies, but then they made someone make him look like a little bitch. Just Rey comes in and is like, "I'm stronger than you, and I don't even know what the Force is."
I don't even know what I've literally been living on the sand planet as like a scavenger my entire life, but you know, here I am. It's me.
He's like,
I
I
did
did
it.
that.
I don't even know who my parents are. I'm not even the son of the chosen one. So I'm just strong for no reason.
I know, right? You got fucking Luke over here in like the second movie. He's like, I don't even, he's like, Yoda, I don't even know what you're trying to tell me to do. I can't lift that shit up. I don't know what's happening. I gotta kill my father, apparently. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Sacred text.
No, the sacred texts. They're just books.
Just books they are.
Mm-mm.
Destroy them with original knowledge they contain.
Literally a crime. It's like, Yoda, burning books aren't cool, man.
Smell good they do.
Impure thoughts, these will spread.
Oh god, dude, the new movies are
Heretical these are.
Oh my god.
Burn them we must.
Like, and then, I don't know, and then Luke just like, I don't know, it makes me, every time I think about, in new movies, I just think about that one fucking meme, like literally day one, where he's like, I can't kill my father, but this may be a nephew, an innocent nephew who's done nothing wrong, then maybe I could do it.
Oh man, we need to find that again. That was great.
That was good. That's gold. That was like day one when the movie came out too. It was so funny.
dude. No, I remember I was saving those up for when you went to go see the movie, and then I bombarded you.
I know. Then you sent me a ton of them, and I saw that. That killed me. That was so funny. He's like, I can never kill my father. He's like, but maybe an innocent nephew that's never done anything wrong. He's like, maybe then.
Fuck.
All right,
Yeah,
I think
guess
it's
we
about
don't like
time
your
to wrap
sibling.
up.
Yeah, probably.
Yep. Well, that's been it for this week.
Any last thoughts?
The Dollars trilogy was another really good trilogy. That's my last thought.
As
Oh
Riley's
yeah.
last
Oh
thought.
yes, it was.
My last thought is that Luke should just pop back into existence in the new movie and kill Palpatine.
I'm down with that idea.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. But he has to use Anakin's lightsaber.
Alright, that's a double whammy, actually.
Yep, that's the big brain ending I'm looking for. I don't want the
Yeah.
baby Rey just learn to use the Force and beat him because she's strong.
Yeah, it's kind of dumb.
With their stupid, like,
Unless they find
double-ended
out that she's
lightsaber
like a
thing.
fucking, unless she's like a clone of Palpatine or some bullshit,
Mhm.
or like Palpatine's offspring or something.
Mhm.
Even then, they'd be like, yeah, of course. Wasn't that already guessed like right at the beginning?
Yeah,
man.
I'm expecting Rey to go to the dark side for like 5 minutes.
Well,
I
that's
think
what
it-
happened in Dark Empire with Luke.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I really, really wish that they would just permanently turn Rey to the dark side.
I'd be down with
Luke comes in, beats Palpatine,
Kills everybody. Just kills
that.
Kylo Ren.
Slaughters everybody! It's like, Mark Hamill, we need you to come back. You got one last job.
Dude, and he's gonna do it all with his bare hands. It's gonna be like the fight with Kylo Ren in the last movie. He's gonna not take everybody out without
I don't know.
taking
For some reason,
scrap.
I was thinking it's gonna be like, it's gonna be like when Anakin kills all the young ones. He's gonna walk in and Rey's gonna be like, Master Skywalker. It's like, what shall we do against Palpatine? He's come back. He just calls his lightsaber and starts slaughtering all of them. Like father, like son.
Master Skywalker, what do we do?
Alright. That's it, dude.
Alright, that's it. That's
Alright.
really it.
Yep.
Alright, see ya.
Have a good one.